What's up, guys? I'm Tim Geddes. This is Colin Moriarty. We're going to take a look at some things you missed in the Super Smash Bros. Cloud Strife reveal trailer.
Didn't see that coming.
Ooh, what?
Didn't see that coming. Doesn't make any sense since...
It makes total sense, Colin. Here's the deal. Cloud, obviously known from the Nintendo classic Theater Rhythm.
Of course, yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Rhythm
That's a good point.
3DS.
That's a good point. I wonder, though, if his inclusion in this... Because Final Fantasy VII's heritage is it's a PlayStation game. It's nothing but a PlayStation game. It was supposed to be an N64 game, I think, when they were conceiving it, but it was not. They were not able to do that. But I wonder if this is kind of maybe, as you suggested before, kind of telegraphing the fact that maybe NX will also get the Final Fantasy VII remake that's in development.
We can only hope. NX.
In the meantime,
Final Fantasy VII reboot.
In the meantime, I can only interpret this as a shot across the bow at Sony, specifically because this is the one character people really wanted in Smash or in PlayStation All Stars. Same thing.
And couldn't get him.
Yeah, and this and so they got Nintendo didn't have any problems with it, looks like, in getting him.
So, Cloud here, never thought I'd see the day.
It's very cool. He looks awesome.
Neither did I. And exactly. His look is awesome. Now, here's something that I really like about Smash Brothers. So, the director of the game, Sakurai, he puts so much attention to detail in all of the little things. And these trailers are so meticulously crafted. And even just the character design. We haven't seen Cloud look like this since the original release.
Yep.
You know, we've seen him in other forms and stuff, and people kind of like do little things. But this, I think, is the most true to the original design that we've seen in a game.
The asymmetric design. It's he has the shoulder guard and the gauntlet only on his left arm. He holds the Buster Sword in his right arm. I always really liked the asymmetric look of him, and it was kind of, I think, kind of illustrative of the fact that you had very little equipment to deal with in Final Fantasy VII. It was more about materia and all that kind of stuff. So I always thought his stripped down look was really cool compared to some other protagonists in earlier Final Fantasy games.
And it's great, and as we see, even already, we heard the music, the iconic opening of Final Fantasy VII. Here we got Cloud storming in the battle. The battle music starts.
Yeah, the music's absolutely awesome.
So good.
Very nostalgic.
We're on a Midgar level.
Yep. So you can see the at least we saw before the Mako reactor in the background. I mean, this is kind of how you start the game.
So as we're going through here, all of these are just his different A attacks. I'm assuming. First off, how awesome is this?
Yeah, this
a little throwback to Final Fantasy VII with Zelda cosplaying, if you will, as Eris, the flower girl in the church. So going back a bit, these are all the stuff we see here. I'm assuming are his A attacks. So this would be his aerial forward A. Here, that's just run.
The animations are really cool when you really slow them down.
Yeah, aerial forward A. That's probably just a standard A attack. That's his back air.
It looks like he has
a triple A combo.
Looks like he has a lot of speed compared to some of the sword wielding enemies, or sword wielding characters, I should say, in the game.
That's probably his forward tilt A. That's just the running forward A, and then that's the up air.
You're a huge nerd.
I am.
And there's Cloud punching Pac-Man in his.
There's the spike, so it's down, aerial down attack. That's probably the up tilt. That's the down tilt.
Oh, I love the little victory stance he has there as well.
So good, so good. And here we see his outfit from Advent Children.
Not a crazy, but I mean it's cool that there's all.
I'm happy it's there. All the costumes are great.
Beating on my boy Mega Man, which I don't appreciate. Oh, there's
Mario's bike. Now we start to see what I'm assuming are his B special attacks.
Right.
So this is probably his side B, which we know from Final Fantasy VII is one of his limit breaks.
Right.
Which is called, which one was this? I made the note of it. Blade Beam.
Blade Beam. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Coming up on 20 years. That one, another one, I'm assuming that is going to be his standard B attack, which is the cross edge. There's his up B, which is another one of his, the climb hazard, I think it was called.
Yeah, this is funny. This is bringing back some memories for me. I like this too. This is pretty cool. I mean, my assumption here is that, I mean, this is, looks like he's casting a spell or whatever. I'm not positive, but this character in particular, not the frog, but the particular character before looks like kind of a cartoonish version of the warrior, like the warrior class. Red cloak, red cape, or red armor, or whatever you see it from all the way from the original Final Fantasy. And then looks like he cast Toad on it to turn him into a Toad, which is a classic Final Fantasy spell.
Yeah, so what's interesting here is it's the only time we really kind of see Cloud using a spell. I'm not sure because I think it's weird that Toad would be the only spell that he has.
Sure.
So maybe every time you use it, it's a different spell, kind of like Pac-Man has his different moves. Or maybe it is just Toad, and Toad kind of functions in a way either like Toad that Princess Peach uses, where it kind of absorbs damage, or it functions more like Zelda's right B that sends out the big statue thing, or it functions like DTD's little Waddle Dees. And stuff.
Right. It's pretty cool. Very cute nonetheless.
Yeah.
A little random.
Both from back to back. Yeah.
And then here you see this. Now I love this because the limit meter for limit breaking is still pixelated. It looks like it's. I mean, obviously it was redesigned for the game, but it looks like it was ripped straight out of Final Fantasy VII on PS1, which is a very nice touch.
Definitely.
And here's where you kind of get into some of the cooler attacks.
Yeah. So the boss music starts playing from Final Fantasy VII, which man, gives me chills. Now, what's interesting here is I'm not exactly sure what's going on with his attacks. I think that the limit break functionality is similar to Little Mac's KO meter or Shulk kind of switching through the different fighting stances and stuff. So I think that the limit break is a meter that will go as you fight.
Right.
And either when you get hit a certain amount of times or whatever, you have the different things. Because we see, as we go through, there's similar things that I was pointing out earlier. Like that's the same B attack that I was talking about, but it just looks stronger. And then same thing here.
Right.
So it just looks the same attack, but stronger. That looks probably like his right B, and here's his up B that giving him. That's an insane recovery right there. You know, I mean, well, you can compare it. You know,
yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm really just digging watching his animations and stuff.
Yeah, and then we get to see the level, which I think looks super, super awesome. That's probably his just an intro animation coming in, because I thought this might have been, when I first saw the trailer, I thought that it was going to be, he has multiple final smashes, and like the summons are a final smash. I think I'm wrong about that. I think this is just an intro, and the final smashes are part of, not the final smashes, the summons are part of the stage.
Right.
Like stage hazards.
Yeah, it's cool to see them. So yeah, I mean, so we're starting to get through some of them. I mean, this looks like Odin to me. And it's cool to see again, like kind of a modern realization of some of these Final Fantasy VII summons. Although these are classic Final Fantasy summons generally.
And I just love that it breaks the stage in half.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Which is very reminiscent of the final fight in Advent Children, when Cloud and Sephiroth go one-on-one to kind of just destroy this whole thing.
There you have Leviathan. You have Ramu there. This is Ifrit. Yeah, so this is pretty. It's pretty nostalgic. I don't know. Like I just looking at it, it really does make me. And there's a
boy Bahamut.
Bahamut, yeah. So it's cool to see more. Like there seems to be a lot of work going into this particular character,
which is great. And that's what I was talking about Sakurai. Like he really wants to pay it forward to all these like franchises that like kind of made him the designer that he is. And I just love seeing this. I mean, look at Bahamut's attack in the background coming towards the stage. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's really, really well done. And clearly, like we said, a lot of production going into this, more so, I think, than most of the other characters. And, we have a lot of, I've made fun of in the past, like all the sword-wielding kind of samey Fire Emblem characters. It's definitely nice to have, with the addition of Shulk, of course, it's nice to have a character not from that series that still fights like this.
Now, what's cool about this here, and the reason that they're bringing so much attention to this face-off, is that Ike is probably the closest character to how Cloud would fight, kind of a bigger guy with the swords and stuff, like really strong hits. But what's really cool is that Ike's final smash is very similar to the Omnislash, puts him up in the air and kind of slices him up. Link's also is kind of that. This right here is Sakurai saying, the real Omnislash is here to show you what's up.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And it's great. My boy Ike.
All this does is just fill me with a lot of nostalgia and fills me with a lot of, I'm excited to play as Cloud and Smash, but it fills me with a lot of wonder of like, what is the intent of this? Like what
the victory music right there.
Is this designed just for fan service? Is this a get for them individually? Is it a get for them to shove it in Sony's face? Is this insinuating that NX will also get Final Fantasy VII Remake? I mean, I really feel like this could be literally nothing, or this could be something.
I mean, that's what's cool, and that's what's the best thing about Smash Bros. It's like it is just a celebration, but also there's been many times that things have hinted at things in the future, and this hopefully. We're getting some NX love for Final Fantasy VII, maybe some Wii U love. Who knows? There's a lot of options on the table here.
It'll be pretty cool.
What I think is most important about this is the fact that Nintendo had the character ballot where people can vote and stuff. We don't know if this was is the character that won, but I do love the fact that no one would have seen this coming. No one.
Oh no, I would have never guessed this. Again, not because they necessarily couldn't have gotten him, but because it doesn't really make any sense. But I think it's the reason it's incongruent, and I think that's actually what's exciting about it. And like people online have been comparing it to Snake being in Smash, and I was like, well, Snake had a huge Nintendo heritage back on the NES, and then again with Twin Snakes. So it's not like this really is strange.
It is, and I am excited. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments what you think. If you are excited about Cloud being here, and who else you want in Super Smash Brothers. Until next time, I'm Tim Geddes. This is Colin Moriarty, and this is Things You Missed.